Hey guys, how are you today? I hope you're all doing well, and I hope everything is well in your corner of the world. Well, today I just want to talk a little bit about um, mental health and suicide, and that it's tragic. It is so tragic. I saw a video today that shook me to the core. I watched it and I was out actually going into Walmart and I was looking at the video and I had to stop. I I stood outside for 15 minutes. I could not go in the store. That's how bad it was. And someone sent me this video and I didn't even know what it was. I just opened it up and watched it. And it was of a young lady taking her own life. And I could hear her child saying, Mama, Mama, as she hung there dying. And that thing left a hurt on me. I haven't felt like this in a long time. The last time I felt like this was when I saw a video of a little boy stating why he was going to kill himself. And that was a few years ago. And this today knocked me for a loop. And I just want to talk about mental health. Health and where people are at right now. With all that's going on, people are hurting. People are hurting. They need help. We need to be a little bit more compassionate towards people. We need to be compassionate with ourselves. And once we are compassionate with ourselves, we can be compassionate to others. This young lady had reached the point where she couldn't take it anymore. She thought life had given up on her, and she in turn has given up on life. She could not handle anymore whatever it is that she was going through. She was at maximum capacity. And she took her life. She took her life. It was a life that was probably hard for her. She had probably no one to turn to. And so, because of that, she thought, why live? Why live? Even though she had a child, maybe more than one, she thought they would be better off with someone else. And that's heart-wrenching, very heart-wrenching. That child, it seemed like a very young child. I hope it's not something that they will remember for the rest of their life, because that is not something a child need to see and remember throughout their life. That's hurt. That's very hurtful for a child. And so I want to say, it's hard. It is hard for people to cope right now. The lockdown in Jamaica has had people stoked. People are not happy. Some people are very lonely. They have no one to turn to. And if you're locked in, you can't go see friends. Friends can't come see you. You're alone. Probably the elderly. I can imagine someone living alone, not being able to see anyone. They don't have a phone. It is very traumatic. And people don't handle these things well. So we need to be there for our brothers and sisters. If you know someone that lives alone, check on them. Check on them. See how they're doing mentally. Not just if they have a little food, but mentally, how you doing? How you feeling about all this? Because I'm telling you, a lot of time they just want someone to talk to. They want someone to just come to them and ask them, how are you doing today? And that would make such a big difference in their lives. I am telling you, there are hundreds, thousands of people going through that right now. and they don't know what to do. They don't know where to turn. And I say the government has fallen short. They have fallen short with people. How do they expect people to cope, especially someone that already has a mental issue, whether it's bipolarism, probably it's depression, worse if it's anxiety, being locked up all day in your house, can't leave. That will drive any, that will drive anybody. That will drive anyone crazy. It will drive me crazy. So I can only imagine. So we need to stop. We need to check up on people a little bit more. Why are they going through this? I can only imagine. Here where I live, we just heard that we have to have vaccine passport, or you can't do anything. You can't buy. You can't. You can't go in restaurants and bars, and you can't go to the game, and you can't watch the movie, and you can't go to public places. So, can you imagine how someone with mental illness is going to feel, especially if they don't believe in having the vaccine? That's going to drive them over the edge. They're going to want to they're not going to want to live. They're going to think, why am I living? There's nothing to live for. And that should not be. People should be given tools so they can deal with these things that come about in life. But a lot of these people are just left to cope on their own, to figure it out, to get through it. That's not how it is with mental illness. They don't have the capacity to understand and to put all this together and process it in their heads. It's not going to go like that. Everything is jumbled up for them and nothing makes sense. So that's why we need to be there for them. And it is sad that I heard in Jamaica, well, I saw, is not one young lady that took her life, two in that short period of time. So it's just to show you how people are feeling right now and what people are going through now. We need to check up on each other. We need to call someone you haven't heard from in a while and say, hey, how you doing? We need to check up on the neighbors. Even the young children are going through it. They're susceptible to suicide. They are. So we need to be more vigilant with each other. Look out for each other more. And please don't take this as the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. This too shall pass. We will get over this. You know, in history gone by, whenever it came to pandemic and flus and vaccine, it's always like this. But we get over it. And I think suicide and mental illness goes hand in hand, because suicide is many times, if it's left untreated, is the result from mental illness. So we need to talk about it more. I know in Jamaica, when you hear of mental illness, you think of the madman or the mad woman walking on the road, and that's what you think mental illness is. Mental illness, it's a silent illness. People don't like to talk about it much. It's very quiet, shoved under the rug. If someone has a mental issue, you don't hear people coming out and saying, okay, he's depressed and he needs help, or she has anxiety. And there are several forms of mental illness, and it doesn't mean this person has to be on the street walking naked or whatever, or that's where they're going to end up. But if they don't get help, they can suffer in silence. And we need to have faith in God, or whomever you worship. I worship the living God, and I have faith to know that we will get through this. He will look after us, and we just got to keep going, keep pushing on. Don't give up. Life is great. Don't just throw it away, you know? So that's it, my brothers and sisters. I hope you have a great day. And please, please take care of your mental health. Self love is necessary. Take care. Do something special for you. Alrighty? So, you all have a wonderful time. Subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. A lot of people need some reassurance today. Alright? Toodaloo. Bye now. Take care.